We definitely have. We just cry and hug it out back there while waiting. So nice to be out, and I can still see some of your faces. It's kind of bright, but not having the masks has been a big improvement. I mean, it's not a political thing for me. Just as a woman, I had a hard time finding employment if I couldn't show my mouth. Yeah. A lot of things changed during COVID and the pandemic. I recently had my first scare with getting sick. I started to feel, whenever I go out with my friends, like a shortness of breath and a tightness, and things were closing in on me whenever I'd go out. So I went to the doctor and I ran some tests. Like, do I have COVID? Did I form some sort of social anxiety after all this time being shut in? And we ran those tests. It just turns out I was getting kind of fat. That was it. I mean, the signs were all there. I should have known. My belt is gone because I just slowly been adding more and more notches to it. It just looked like a Scantron around my waist. I started dating a guy in Denton just because he had a food truck. Like, I don't think you're supposed to lose reception when you hold your phone between your thighs. That was it, yeah. But I have a step counter, and when I put my phone in my back pocket, I do get extra steps counted. Because the bounce. Okay. Yeah. So I think I gotta admit, like, it's the level of self-care. It went downhill a bit. Most of the days, I just shave my ankles and come out. That's about it. I started some online yoga, hoping, for fitness and wellness after all that, but an inch more flexibility would have been nice. Because I'm so tired of my stomach cramping up every time I'm crouching to shave my vagina. Just locks up. Like, I can't remember all the yoga moves. There's so many names, and I just kind of renamed them myself. But this is obviously like crouching harlot. And my ex calls, and that just leads into Warrior Pose 1. There's one, it's like a half moon bend. You have to touch the ground completely. So I'm just kind of, I think, a quarter moon bend, But already, like, I do it, and I can feel a deep cry set in every time I'm attempting it. So a big self-care, at least that's what I call it, it's turned into shower drinking. So thank you for coming out tonight. Just sit here and take care of your wait staff. They're taking care of you because you could just be at home shower drinking. I love it. It's so convenient. I'm all in. Beer, wine, Jello shots on the rim. My friends kind of give me flack about it, and I think it's normal. You pregame with a beer before it gets skunky, right? You're staying in, relaxing with a glass of wine in the tub, right? Yeah, but martini on the shower floor and you're clinically depressed. I don't see the difference. So that's why I just don't tell all my friends everything anymore. I realized that if I told all my friends everything, that's just another birthday party turning into an intervention. It's not their place to judge. Okay, we're all doing the best we can. None of us have therapists. We're just on TikTok following therapists, getting therapy 60 seconds at a time with videos and reels, and there's so much information that comes across the screen, so you have to hold it, to read it, and it's so hard as you're violently crying. So my friends, you have to, they know me pretty well now, but there have been some new people I brought into my life, and I realized, advice, drop the heavy shit slowly, you have to release the really tough stuff slowly on a new person, kind of like you're dropping a new Tupac album. There are some deep cuts in my life that also won't come out till after I'm dead. Yeah, and there's been this time where I brought in a new friend who became more popular than me, and I didn't know how to deal with it. It made me so jealous. No one else? That's cool. Well, you're probably part of the group text as well, aren't you? Downstairs. Well, yeah, I brought this new friend in, and I had to remind my friends, hey, I know she's cool, she's the new brunch spot, and I'm more like the biscuit bar. I'm an establishment, though, I know I close board games and I make your parents feel comfortable. That's what I bring to the group. When we are together, it feels a lot like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. You remember them from the 90s?
Oh, yeah.
There's 5 of them. Yeah, they get together and punch stuff and fight crime. Or we're just like more of this, we form this megazord of dysfunction instead. And the one leg's just worried that the 2 arms are breaking off and having that brunch without her. That's me. The leg. And I don't even know how they got there on the leg to carry this room. Okay. I never got the sex talk growing up, and for a long time it showed. No one ever gave me the sex talk. And I'm a millennial, so dial-up was definitely not an option to teach you anything. I just had Backstreet Boy lyrics to decipher, Monica Lewinsky, and playing doctor. Did anyone else play doctor growing up? Yeah, okay, so I'm the only 10-year-old whore, that's cool. Or maybe, I've learned this is the South, so maybe you're too embarrassed so you can practice with some cousins, and that's what we call family practice. Yeah, I played doctor, and it was pretty harmless. It's because no one talks about anything back then, so you can play with a friend. And anyways, back then, these boys would build us these tents out of their bed sheets, and that's where we would hide whatever we were doing. And I just wish my sexual experiences had improved since then. Either like I'm a terrible judge of character, or I have, my pool of playmates capped back in the 90s. Because like those 300 thread count love boards weren't much, but they had a whole lot more room to fool around in the back of Ford Focus. Okay, I don't know if you've seen 2 30-year-olds try to take off their skinny jeans in the back seat. It's ridiculous. And it feels the same. The bed sheets are still there. They've just been tacked up on every dude's window and what he calls his curtains. We're still trying not to get caught by his parents. And the biggest difference is just we can't play the floor is lava anymore because that's where his ratty mattress is. Yeah, and I do everything I can to prepare for these procedures. I've shaved the area clear that we're going to be operating on. Haven't eaten in hours. Text my consultation notes like, where does it hurt? Where do you want it to hurt? Because all too often I'll get some other poor sap who didn't get the sex talk, and he's thinking he found the clit and asking me, hey, does that feel good? And I don't have the heart to tell him. He's just been furiously rubbing my right labia the entire time. If you don't quite know what you're doing, gentlemen, just have heart and get in there with guests. Just like start moving things and try it. The oral sex is even worse. He's down there and instead of just getting there, it's like he's trying to open up my labia as if it's a plastic bag that he's struggling with. It's not a postage stamp. You're gonna need more. Like I want it to be like a melting ice cream sandwich, all sides, okay? And this way, I'm just hoping for some friction from the eyelashes. Butterfly kisses down there. So yeah, I'm either practicing playing doctor with some guys who are still pre-med or veterinarians. It's been terrible. Something else I just developed a very strong opinion on is about socks on or off in the bedroom. Does anyone else have a strong opinion on this?
Yes.
Socks off? I hope. Yes. If you say socks on, you're wrong. That's it. You're probably a man and you're wrong. I'm an anti-sockser. Socks off all the way. It's just, it doesn't look good. It's not very sexy. It's also super slippery because every time I look back there, he's like a dog on tile, just skipping around, trying to get a grip of anything. And I get in arguments about it. Like, why do you do this? Well, Malori, it's about the circulation. I'm afraid that if I don't keep my socks on, I won't come. It just feels good. Well, that's the same excuse you use to take the condom off, so I'm confused. Yeah, men, when I see those 2 tube socks and those chicken legs standing in front of me. I'm reminded of my father on every family vacation, okay guys? Super unsexy, yeah. It's like, oh, why don't you slip those socks and some sandals, Daddy? Why don't you put on a fanny pack and mansplain the Alamo to me, Daddy? Guys, I know you want us to call you Daddy. You just don't have to dress like him to get it, okay? I'm Malori Davis. Thank you very much.